Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Song Kim Hong and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, I would like to take this opportunity today to bring one topic to my discussion on my channel. And the topic is to focus on family. Family. Everybody got a family, I know that. Whether you are single, whether you are married. So that is a part of your family. And I would like to raise one questions. And after that, I gonna share some do and some don't, which responds to questions I'm gonna ask. My question is that, do you truly love your wife and your children? It is very simple questions. Very simple. Most men say that they love their wife and children so much. Not most, no, I mean most of them say that. But remember, I believe you know that. And sad, you know that, right? There's a saying, sad is easy, but done is just hard. So let me share with you guys in details, in some don'ts and some do's. But first of all, I would like to share some don'ts. What are don'ts and what are do? Each do and don'ts will help you guide your life in the right directions. So there are 6 don'ts which I believe that very much important. And those don'ts come from my heart. I created myself. I thought it of myself. That is why I would like to share with you today. I've been working that on myself since I grew up. So let me go to details of those don'ts. The first don't is that don't smoke. Don't smoke. Most men whom I know of smoke. They think that smoking makes them very much handsome. They think that smoking makes them feel very refreshed when they feel sad. But in my opinion, I personally think that this is truly wrong. Absolutely wrong. Completely wrong. Smoking does not help you guys at all. But smoking wastes your money. Smoking burns your money. And smoking ruins your life. Ruins your inner part of your body. And it's gonna cause severe illness to your lungs in the future. In addition to that, it will cause a big problem as well to your wife and children and your family. So this is the first don't, which I believe that this is no good, no good at all. And the second don't is that don't drink alcohol. All right? Don't drink. Most of my friends recommend me to drink alcohol because I look thin and I look underweight. They say they're right, I'm underweight. But I don't just follow their tips, their ideas, because I believe that this is wrong. Drinking to me is nothing. Drinking to me doesn't help me with anything at all, but it causes a lot of problems. It costs me a lot of headaches. It costs me, you know, a long-term disease. Today's okay, you know. Smoking, you know, which I believe that is all a part of burning money. I mean, people working so hard every day, and most men working hard every day. And when they get free times, they go with friends, they spend time with friends and drink some kinds of alcohol and beer, and even wine. So, to me, drinking does not help me at all. But drinking will kill me. And drinking, the more I drink, is that if you drink, the more you drink alcohol, all kinds of beer, you know, the shorter life you will live. You will life short, you know. And if when you drink, you show an example, a bad example. You know, there's two example. But you drinking is a bad example. To who? To your kids, to your wife, to your neighbors, to your friends, and to yourself. Right? That is second don't. Don't drink alcohol. And the third don't. Don't number 3, don't waste your times. Waste your times. What I mean is that most men like, you know, going out, hanging out with friends, you know, going to do something which is not important, which is not necessary, which is a crazy time to do. That's why I say waste time. Don't waste times. Don't kill your times. Because life is short. If you don't value your times, if you know that you're working so hard every day, you run your own business for, regardless, I mean, even though you run your own business or you work for somebody, you work for a company or NGO or whatever. So you work so hard every day, and after work, you waste your times, you kill your times, do something stupid, you know, with your friends, away from home, things like that. And that is the third, you know, the third don't, which I believe that it is not necessary at all. All right. And number 4, the fourth don't is that don't waste your time, right? Don't waste your time on social media. Right? Waste your times on social media. Most of my friends every day, you know, when they got free time, they don't learn, you know, they don't read books, they don't watch some kind of YouTube or whatever motivational YouTube which actually give them a lot of experience education. They don't do that. Instead, they log on their Facebook and scroll up and down, seeing something which is not necessary at all, see something violent, see something crazy, you know, thing like that. So, or they spend more time on chatting, with a WhatsApp chat or Telegram chat or Facebook chat like that. I mean, these chats, if you work for somebody, you spend more time on chatting, it's okay, because that is how you make money. That is how you work for somebody. But for what I mean is that for those who don't have work, or for those who have free times, they try to burn, you know, they kill their times by log on social media and do something and scroll up and down on Facebook, things like that, on Instagram. So that is wrong, okay? That is totally wrong, I can tell. Right? That is number 4, don'ts. And number 5 is that don't stay late at night. Don't stay late at night. I know that most of you guys work for a company or NGO, or you run your own business. You work hard the whole day already. You run around, you know, you run like a rat race, you know. You do that every night and every day, you know, the whole day from Monday to Saturday, you know. But as for me, I work for a company for 6 days a week, you know, from Monday, 8 hours a day, and I work through the whole 6 days like that, and I don't waste my time at all. I don't waste my time on Facebook or waste my time on chat, which is not relevant to, which is not connected to my work at all. I don't do that. I spend time. I don't waste time. What I mean is that, what is waste? You got to understand. You got to differentiate these two terms, with a waste or spend times, right? So that's number 5. Don't waste your times, and don't stay late. And number 6 is that if you are married, right? What I focus on is that I'm referring to those married men. All right. So if you're married, you don't have to spend a lot of money to buy expensive materials that you can afford. Let's say if you make $300 a month or $500 a month, for example, thing like that, and you work so hard from Monday to Saturday, and you work 8 hours a day, you know, non-stop, for thing like that. So I mean that this is wrong if you do that. You try to buy a thing on mortgage, you know, doing down payment, thing like that. You buy a smartphone which costs about a couple $1,000. You buy something which is not necessary. Let's say, let me talk about smartphone. If you buy a smartphone, that smartphone you can actually go buy something which you can afford, right? And you can buy a motorcycle, for example, which you can afford. You cannot just make $300 and you spend, you know, on water, electricity, and your children's educations, and your house expenses, and your healthcare, and your wife's healthcare, and children's healthcare, and your parents and your in-laws' healthcare. You do that, and that is not enough, and you feel sad all the time. All right, that is 6 don'ts. Right, that's number 6. Don't buy expensive materials because they don't help you at all, but they stress you out. All right, that is 6 don'ts. But what are the do's? Let me share you guys with another 5 do's. All right, 5 do's. So 5 do is that the first do is that you spend, all right, in my first segments, I talk about waste times. Wait, but this time is about spend time. Spend time doing something is a good thing to do. All right, us married men, we have to, or you have to spend more time with your wife and children when you have free times, especially weekends or after work, for example. Let's say you come home from work at around 5 o'clock in the evening every day, and at least spend a couple hours, you know, before you go to bed. Right? You come to your house and give your wife a hug and give your children hugs and say hello and ask them how are you, how they doing the whole day when you're away from home, you know, when you're working in the office, things like that. So it's a good opportunity that you try to create some kinds of, you know, communications at home, things like that. That's why I say spend more times, right? When you away from home and then you come home, you gotta spend your time with your kids. Do number 2 is that, all right? Number 2 is that teach your children. After lunch, for example, every night, you have to take your time at least, you know, an hour every single night. And that is a good opportunity that you try to invest in your children. Don't forget that. Children are like blank paper, blank white paper. They know nothing. all right? They know nothing. If you parents, if you father don't take that time and you don't hold responsibility for that, and you feel sad, one day when your children grow up and they don't get along, they don't have a good education. So you gotta teach them English, you gotta teach them Khmer, whatever. You can teach them Chinese, or you can teach them some kinds of language you can speak, and you teach them about the culture, teach them how to behave at home, in public, or in a crowd, things like that. So you spend more time with them, teach them, play with them. And number three is that you travel. So take your times once a year. That's what I've done. I've done that. I've done a kind of traveling, a long traveling, with my wife and my children. Every year, once a year. I work from January to December, and I save every single pence I make, every dollars I make. I save it, and save it and keep it. And the end of the year, by December, I tell my wife and my children that we are going traveling. Whether you go into neighboring countries, or whether we go into to visit in local resorts, to the beach, for example, like that, so they enjoy things. They enjoy doing things together on a long traveling. When you drive, or either you take a bus from where you are to the neighboring countries, that's a long distance that you can actually enjoy time together, spend time together, and talk and teach them how to to be parenting, things like that. That's number 4, right? So that's what I have done. I save. I work hard and save, and then I spend that saving just with my family, and I feel proud. I'm proud of myself. As a father, as a husband, I'm proud of myself for doing that so far, and hope you will do that too. Hope that this video will change your character, will change your attitude, the way you treat your wife, and the way you treat your children, and the way you treat yourself. And number 5 is that you gotta share only good experience. Okay, that's what you have to do. Share good experience. You gotta be a very nice and good role model. Because you are breadwinner, you are head of the family. So you gotta share. You got to enjoy doing things together with them. Things like that. So those are the five do's that I have just talked about. And in this video, I believe that will give you a lot of insight how to be a good father, how to be a good husband, and how to love your wife and children. So that is what I'm trying to share with you today. And if you have any comments, and please drop your comments in the box below. And any comments, I will accept any comments. So don't forget. What I mean is that I'm trying to share everything in this video, those do and don'ts, in response to the question asked, do you truly love your wife and children? Don't forget to subscribe my channel, comment, and shares to your friends, to your families, and to your colleagues, and to your neighbors. Thank you very much, everybody, for being my fan, for following my video. Please stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Thank you.